Hey, it's your girl KV with another review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 17, episode 13, Kilts, Chaos, and Reads. Child, the ladies get to Scotland. Well, they ain't even get to Scotland yet. They get on the airplane to go to Scotland. Only thing that really stuck out to me here was Pinky almost forgetting her daggone luggage at the airport, because she said Derek always get the luggage, child. I said, Lord, she sure was clearly walking off. They get on the plane, nothing eventful, ain't no fighting at the airport. I said, look at them behaving. They ain't beefing on the planes, and we ain't got to have a breakdown of where people sitting and what people saying, We ain't got no Salt Lake City shenanigans where people allegedly throwing drinks on folks and calling people drunks and stuff. Just a nice, regular plane ride. I said, all right, we're off to a good start. And it ends there. So they get to the house. It's similar looking to the Trader's house. I am a fan of Traders. I watched, from season 2? I haven't watched season 1. I still need to go back. But I have watched Portia's and Phaedra's season. So I thought this was a cute little, let's do a trip to Scotland. Cute little trip idea. Everywhere they usually do is a beach or, same old. So nice little change of scenery. Cynthia says the house looks like some murder mystery stuff. This is like the house that the rich people show up to and then somebody dies. I said, that's given the last season of You. Joe over there in England, he got with them rich people and they went to a house just like that, and then people started dropping. I said, she ain't lying. So they get there and they are greeted by the black Scottish guy that went viral on the TikTok. I remember seeing his videos because people was posting them on Twitter. And I was like, oh, okay, look at this fine little chocolate, Scottish man. Okay, we see how y'all doing it. What part of Scotland y'all over there in? I always gotta know where the black people at when you're traveling. So, freaking Frack toured the house while the rest of the girls, I thought they said they was gonna eat, but baby, I didn't see no food on the place. When she was like, all right, y'all can get up and we about to go eat. I was like, and then when they was leaving out, you see some service with some past hors d'oeuvres. I'm like, y'all could about the past hors d'oeuvres in the room. What are we doing? Anywho, they are touring the house to see which room's gonna be for who. They got little Scottish looking name tags on the doors for the ladies. Only thing that tripped me out about them touring the house, y'all, as they were touring the house, it's multiple levels. So they're going up the level, and the guy got the strong Scottish accent, of course. And he was like, y'all, it's two on this bed, 2 on this floor, and sex is on the next floor. She was like, sex is on the next floor? He was like, six is on the next floor. Why did Portia get so excited? Portia said, oh, I ain't know it's this type of party, but I'm ready. Sex is on the next floor. Yeah. It had me so weak. I could not. Why is Shamea praise dancing? I can't stand her. Why didn't I see that when I first watched it, y'all? I really didn't. I did not see her praise dancing in the daggone confessional. But yes, y'all. She thought that man said sex is on the next floor. Oh my gosh. I wonder what the conversation was when the cameras went down. So, since we mentioned it, can we get some Scottish nigga here? What can we get some Scottish nigga here? Child, I am so through. So the other ladies are downstairs at the table not eating food. Cynthia rode with freaking Frack, so they're trying to milk her for information. She don't know nothing. Pinky is, they asked Pinky how the movie is going. They say movie, but it's a show, right? They're doing a pilot. Pinky said they're making Shamea one of the leads, okay? I said, all right. But current day in the interview, Shamea said, baby, they ain't filmed a thing. They ain't filmed a thing. They haven't moved forward on that project at all. I said, well, I'm sure they haven't. I'm glad that they haven't because, ma'am, you're bankrupt. You're losing restaurants by the day. We just saw that you had to move out of your house after that whole fiasco of them taking your house, y'all going to court, and then y'all being like, well, y'all can't take our house. And they was like, well, y'all can't take their house. So y'all get the house back just to get the house taken again. I was like, what's happening? So yeah, Pinky don't need to move forward. Pinky don't need to move forward on this. I don't care if they did shave the budget down to 40K. That 40K needs to be invested into your home. Make sure you got what's going on over there. Because you having to have a list of things that you finna forfeiture because of the bankruptcy. It's like, girl, but you still trying to portray on TV that you got it. And, you know, 40K, the business is not broke. It's me that's broke. But girl, it ain't making sense. So I wasn't surprised about that. They started talking about the show, and seemingly out of nowhere, Kelly's like, yeah, so I can't film with my daughters, and Phaedra is helping me with it. I was like, how did we get there? I had to rewind it, and I saw it's because somebody was like, Phaedra should be in a movie as an attorney. And then, she's your attorney, right? It was just like a random little boop, 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 you know, little escalation of, I can't film with my daughters. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, do she get paid more the more people she bring on? Like, if she brings, you know, child, I don't know, but she wants to film with her daughters. Phaedra has experience with fighting for the kids to film, so she's gonna help her out. She also mentions that Shamea is helping her as well. She said let her kids, the turtles, and the dogs move in, okay? But she's allegedly moving out quickly. I wonder if she was actually moving out or if she was just testing the market to see what was out there. Maybe she was just trying to see what was out there. Hopefully it's talked about at the reunion. Hopefully it's talked about at the reunion. Or maybe it'll be a storyline still on here where we see her moving out, or we see Shamea go visit her like, girl, you don't need to rush to leave. You know what I mean? Hopefully she keeps her there, because as much as we joke about, you know, oh, we don't want to see this broke show. We don't want to see Kelly do this broke-ish. Oh, this and then the third. Kelly is giving her all. Kelly is probably the only authentic one on here if we really keeping it a buck. She's still very much annoying, very much not one of my faves, but Kelly keeps it real. She gives you her authentic emotions. She is not shielding herself. If she feel like, well, Portia, you up? Oh, she gonna say it. If that's how she feel in the moment because she mad and Portia talking and Portia is grating her nerves, she gonna say it. If she feels like whatever, she gonna say it. She's really unfiltered at this point. It's good for TV, probably bad for friendships, it seems, but good for TV. Even if she does get on our nerves, we end up talking about it. But she does give her all on this show. Kids, divorce, brokenness, we going to her, the financial advisor, her spending dang near $3,000 on car and insurance payments. Like, what a mess. But yeah, that's Kelly. Kelly getting the girlfriend hookup, okay? She getting her Bravo check, which I'm sure ain't too much because it's only her second season. And then she's got Phaedra handling the case for the kids for free, and got Shamea housing her. And then Shamea allegedly hooked her up with some man that got a grill fix, okay? Listen, Kelly, do you, boo? This is your come up. And so who are me to judge, okay? I ain't gonna take no check from nobody, especially up in this. I ain't gonna be like, they need to fire her. I know we be saying we get tired of people that don't need to be back next season, but I don't be serious about it for most of the people. For most of the people, I think everybody deserves a second season. I end up liking people around their third season. Around their third or fourth season is where I'll be like, you know what? She a G. She's sticking it out. Hey, Drew. So next, they're telling her, we've all been through it. You can lean on us, girl. You can lean on us. Kelly is hesitant about opening up to the girls because she feel like whatever she tell them, they're going to throw it back in her face. And I'm like, You sure would, wouldn't you? Okay. In confessional, Angela like, oh my gosh, Phaedra handling her lawyer fees, girl. That's good. That must be expensive, child. Oh my God, good for her. And at the table, Angela mentions like, oh, you feel like people gonna throw it back in your face, but I'm the one that's the least stood up for. I didn't really see where that fit in the conversation, but sure, girl. They're like, girl, Drew take up for you all the time. Okay, Drew lapdog you all the time, baby. And I don't necessarily think it's different levels, I suppose, of lapdogging, okay? If Drew lapdogging Angela, I don't think Drew lapdogging Angela. Drew don't let Angela get ganged up on. But I can't recall Drew attacking somebody on Angela's behalf or holding a grudge against somebody on Angela's behalf. Now, she might speak up for her in a moment, like, hold on now, you ain't finna lie on this one. But I can't think of her, like, fully attacking or being mad at somebody on behalf of somebody else. But y'all can correct me. Y'all can remind me if I forgot. So, Angela and Shamea getting started. Shamea claims that Angela has been asking around about her. And I'm like, yeah, they all do. Like, it's a thing at this point. She was willing to pay for dirt on her. She got 2 people from her neighborhood or workers. No, 2 people from work that's been saying that Angela has been asking about her. Child, I don't know. To me, that part ain't all that deep. Well, I guess if it's getting to the point of people coming and telling me that you're digging up dirt, yeah, I'd be annoyed. Like, at least ask people for dirt that ain't finna run it back and tell me. At least be there to be your confidant, not somebody that's my confidant. Like, come on, girl. And so I guess that's annoying, but they all do it. They all do it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Shamea didn't dig up some dirt on somebody. She just probably got some loyal people that ain't gonna snitch about it. Like, they more loyal to her than they are to him. But Angela, Angela is a funny key for TV, but I told you she lost the plot for me last season with the whole issue with her husband. Let him talk. Let him talk. It's like, why do you want somebody to spread like rumors about your husband? Like, she different. She weird. The kids say she weird. She weird. She lame. She weird. It would have been interesting. I bet you it was Charles that told us. Charles that wouldn't let her join the show back in the past, because Carlos King has told us that she was scouted for the show back when the OGs was around, because everybody was like, oh my gosh, she seemed like she would fit with, when Cam and Nene and Sheree was there. But we also found out on Watch What Happens Live, I think the first time she was on there last season, or this season, I mean, that Charles used to date Sheree. So he probably ain't want them in proximity like that. That seems like that can get real messy. So, yeah, but back to Angela. She just be doing a lot. She be doing too much for me. She funny. I laugh at the things she says, of course, but she's, like I said, she's not authentic. She is probably the most inauthentic of the bunch. It's probably her, Phaedra, Portia, Shamea? No. Her top 3 inauthentic is K. Michelle, Angela, and Phaedra. Those are the 3 where you're giving us a representative. But sure, girl, it is what it is. Well, most of them are, but those are the top 3. People digging up dirt. They always trying to get dirt. Angela got more rumors on Shamea. First, she was like, you mess with all the Hawks players and all the Falcons players. That's why you on the team. That's why you want to stay on there. And then she starts talking about this guy that you slept with, but I ain't gonna name no names. But they end up saying George. Portia like, he got a wife. I ain't gonna hurt her feelings. I ain't gonna ask her the question because I don't want to hurt her feelings. Did you sleep with Greenbeard George? And they flash back to Greenbeard George. When Shamea, that was when she was in the office twerking, right? When she was doing the rum thing. That was he was the one sitting across with that green beard, right? I have no words and no opinions. Because then we see online where they had apparently George and his wife have done one of those, this is no offense, but just one of those low budget reality TV type deals. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, trying to make it to the big stage, it seems. So is Angela weird for this still? Yes. Could they possibly be setting this up to just make an appearance on the show? Also, yes. Everybody weird if you ask me. So, because like I said, not necessarily from what we see on the show. Because from the show, well, yeah, everybody weird. Everybody weird. Everybody weird. So, Greenbeard George, y'all. Oh, yeah, girl. He said you was so fine. He had to pay you. He was so fine. He had to pay you. Shamea's like, girl, he donated to my charity. This is so weird. Angela then gonna say, as if this is anybody's fault other than her own, that she can't even go to her HOA meetings because it turns into an investigation because people think that you always asking about Shamea. Because you were asking about Shamea. And at this point, it's harassing people. And they getting a restraining order. So Angela and Kelly, my God, not y'all finna be getting kicked out y'all neighborhood. Well, Kelly already kicked out. Angela, don't you get kicked out your neighborhood like Kelly just did, okay? I know you and y'all's got money to pick up and go wherever else y'all want to go in Atlanta. But girl, let's not test it. Let's not. What a mess. So Pinky is like, well, why, in her confessional, why she so worried about Shamea? If she could be worried about them fans, she can have fansies out right now. I said, baby, I forgot all about fansies. Forgot all about it. Child, Shamea says she's investigating too. I said, oh, girl, what you got? What you got? What you got? This girl said, why your pants can't meet your shoes? Here's a picture of some hot waters. I was just like, is this her airport fit? Okay, I guess. Since y'all say we bullying Shamea and we colorist because we think she corny. She just corny. Everybody corny though. So a lot of people think that if we think Shamea corny, we on team Angela. I ain't on nobody's side. I ain't on nobody's side. I said this on my Love Island review. Baby, I don't stand 10 toes down on none of these people because as a literal trained scientist researcher, I change my opinion as new facts are revealed. So I'm never like, oh yeah, I'm team such and such. They can do no wrong. Because they will. Because they will. So yeah, I'm not team nobody. Everybody is, you can tell Angela is trying to make good TV. Angela feels like this is how you perform as a housewife. So whereas everybody else is like, you're going too far. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. And I agree, she's doing too much. So Shamea says she investigated and Cynthia tells Shamea that she needs to try to bring the group together. So Cynthia saying that Shamea should try to bring the group back together was so very polarizing to the viewers, okay? Some people feel like she was gaslighting Shamea into trying to make her think that the divide is her fault. I don't know if I really got that from that statement. When she said it, I was like, now we know that's not true, but I also thought back how they did try to make Shamea the anchor last season. Like, everybody was branching off of Shamea and how she knew them. So maybe that's what Cynthia was trying to get at. I don't know. I don't know, child. I didn't take it like, So now the ladies go find their rooms. Shamea gets a text from Ashley because I guess she must have texted her like, hey, girl, what you say that she said about me? Ashley says that Angela is lying. The girls are looking like, girl, what? They read the text out. She then starts talking real loud so that Angela can hear her. And Angela comes over and she's like, Sasquatch, get away from my door. Sasquatch, get away from my door. I was just like, okay, what's happening? Well, call her then. Call her then. Sasquatch, get away from my door. It was just a lot going on. Shamea, they arguing. And Shamea puts Angela out of her room. Now Shamea's mad, and people are really saying that Angela was bullying her in this. I feel like if she was bullying, then Shamea was bullying too. Because if you want to talk about me and you know I'm this many feet away and you loud and you got the door open, I'm just saying, that's a whole, excuse me, my God. That's a whole happenings in itself, right? And then Angela coming out to the door, they slam the door, they talking more stuff about Angela. At this point, freaking Frack hears all of this commotion. They come on downstairs to see what's going on, and now Shamea is crying. Oh, they just be trying to ruin my marriage and life and everything. Oh. So the thing that I can't take serious about Shamea when she gets on the victim card is everything that people are doing to you, you've done to others. You've accused people of cheating on their spouse. You've accused people of, you know, like... So for you to cry about it when it's your turn to face some accountability, it's like, just face the accountability. You can literally just be like, I said it and what? Versus, well, she said it first. Well, everything I said was in retaliation, and that's not true because we saw you bring up marriages first. We did. Whether it was something that Charles already said in public or not, you brought it up first. So that's the part where I'm like, it don't matter. I don't care if you talking about somebody's whole daughter and their injured son. If you bring it up, you open up the floodgates for them to talk about your whole daughter and your injured son. So, same with husbands. Just because Charles was out in the public saying some crazy stuff, don't mean that you get to come to me and repeat it without me turning something on you when it comes to your marriage. It's simply, that's just literally how that goes. That's just literally how that goes. You open up that floodgate, Shamea. So, freaking Frack trying to go see what happened. They go over there, she crying. And people kept bringing up the clip of when she brought up, when she was on, when Eva was on. She was like, didn't you date Missy? Oh, yeah. Oh. Eva was like, girl, you could have ruined my marriage, saying some crazy stuff like that. So, it's like, Shamea, it's hard to feel bad for you because Shamea feels like this is our first time seeing her. You spent years on this show being a lapdog to Portia, running up and helping her fight her battles. And that's no problem. But when people do that for other people on this show, don't be mad. Don't be mad. So they go over to Angela and I'm going to call her. Portia, and Portia did say, now listen. She didn't say, hey, Angela, you sound crazy, drop it. But she was just like, listen, it's going too far now. Let's just leave it. Let's just drop it where it's at. Portia said that. Hey, I feel like, what more do you want? Y'all want Portia to jump in front of the insults and be like, no, don't talk to Shamea like that. And I'm just like, why? Why? If that's how you feel, you say it or whatever. But I don't know. It's just, it'll be nice if people say, hey, you're lying, you should stop that. But this is Housewives, so they don't have to do that. They can save their shady moments for the confessional. They can give people more rope to hang themselves, because that's what it gives. It gives Portia and Phaedra are giving Angela all the rope to hang herself and just be like, hey, we didn't do nothing. We didn't interfere. She did this, that, and the third, and look what happened from it. I feel like they just let us spin out of control, okay? So stay in there with Angela. Angela ends up calling Ashley. Oh, the text messages that Ashley and Shamea had was like, basically saying that she was lying. Why would I say that you slept with my husband? Da 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 da. The girl crazy. She was asking for information about you. Blah yada yada. And essentially, the girl is saying, you know, girl, you know I didn't say that on the phone. Girl, I didn't say that you said it. I said it. When I said it. It was me. And Angela just be making up these rumors out of thin air. But when we see the dude, when we saw the dude on the No Chaser TV thing, the way he was talking about how he met his wife, he was like, I thought I was soliciting a prostitute when I first met her. So I could imagine him telling the story in a very unsavory way to be like, yeah, I had to pay for the portion. You know what I mean? You had to pay for the portion, the money for the portion. You know what I mean? I can see him telling the story in a way that it'll make you, But that's just probably because he a creepy old man. Not necessarily that you should just automatically think he slept with Shamea because he gave her a donation. Because we saw that he was a creepy old man. That man. The wife is like 27 and he look like he 50. He look like he 50. And so they on the phone. They talked to the lady. When the lady was like, yeah, I told her that you called me to get information on her. She did say that. And Portia was trying to get the Phaedra. Like, girl, you hear it. Look, yup. Who's plotting? You apparently, child. Apparently it's you. That's why I just wish K. Michelle would have let whoever was plotting, let it play out. She should have let it play out so that then we could, it's you. Instead of being like, who's plotting? I just wish she would have let it play out, child. So yeah. Half the group, they get to dinner, half the group is seated first. This is Les Miserables. They bring up Shamea and K. Michelle's issues. Shamea is not happy with Pinky that she brought that up in front of everybody. Kay speaks up like, listen, I felt the way and I talked to Pinky about it. She said, you said I came into your life like a hurricane. I said good or bad and you said both. That would make me not want to message you right there. So, Kay, I guess you ain't really got no choice because you're trying to form some type of alliance on this show. But yeah, Shamea sounds emotionally manipulative. Like, I'm going to corner you bitches into being my friend, okay? So, Shamea says that Kay brings up this other group of friends and it puts her in a weird place. But Shamea goes ahead and apologizes. But on the interviews that she doing, oh, she heard wrong. Oh, this and that. Oh, this, oh, that. Remember. Child. So they asked Portia how she doing with Sway. And she said good. They asked her if she ever thinks she gonna be with a woman long term. She said she didn't think so at first, but now she's kind of opening up to that idea, essentially. Essentially, she's like, well, I thought I needed a man for money and this and that third. Now, I'm Big Mama, okay? I'm Big Papa. I got the money, so I just need to be comfortable in love type deal, right? Okay. So Phaedra's in confessional. Oh, Pinky said that she had a lesbian relationship for a few years. Phaedra's in a confessional said, you know, I was actually shocked when she married a man. we all knew about, you know, the lesbian relationships, okay? So they asked her if she would ever be with a woman again. And she said she's a grown-ass woman. If I want to. If I want to. I said, oop, is this a soft launch for the woman in the basement? Because that's what it's giving. So now they asked who all in the group have been with a woman. Drew says that she did it for Ralph, but she's never wanted to be with a woman by herself. Everybody sits there like, huh? What? Who? Oh, they showed a compilation of Ralph accusing Drew of being with multiple different women. We already knew that she was dating Ty for a while. We saw that storyline on here. We saw that storyline in the blogs. We saw that storyline on Basketball Wives. She had a clip of her saying that she was going to Bulldogs. Bulldogs is a famous gay club in Atlanta. It is. Kelly said that she tried it for her husband as well, but it was not for her. In the confessional, she was like, I said that. I got to stop drinking on vacation. Drew and Kelly have this back and forth about how did it affect your marriage. Drew said it affected the mental health of her marriage because she felt like, oh, I can never be enough for him because he wants another woman. And Drew is acting like she really never been with a woman by herself, y'all. It's just like, Drew, you just gave Portia a slice of pride cake and she told you that you got to eat some too. And you said, ha ha ha, I sure will. When Portia showed up with Sway, you said, girl, not you living my life. So what are we talking about, Drew? See, this is the moments where Drew is so inauthentic. You like to be with women by yourself, without your man. Living your truth. You already said it this season. Not you living my life to Portia. Okay? So Portia said that they talking about Cynthia. Cynthia saying she kissed somebody a few years ago, talking about Portia. But even back then, she talked about how her and the model kind of did some stuff. It sounded like she let the model go down on her, but she ain't go down on the model. That's what it sounded like. Portia was like, when she kissed me, it was an aggressive kiss. And she didn't even know I was gay back then. Correct me up. K. Michelle talks about how she's, bisexual. She's had girlfriends before. One of her girlfriends tried to beat her up because she found out that she was still talking to dudes and jumped on a car, all that stuff, and trying to get at her. Ended up getting with her hairdresser. Phaedra, Angela, and Shamea say they've never been with a woman. They take a beat, and Shamea says, well, I kissed the girl, but it wasn't open mouth. And she says that she likes lesbian porn. I said, do y'all? Some of the other girls like, yeah, it's sensual, it's sensual. K. Michelle said, Tasty Blacks. Y'all need to watch Tasty Blacks. I just put y'all on. Y'all better watch Tasty Blacks. I said, girl, when you're right, you're right. Tasty Blacks is Old Faithful. Tasty Blacks, people. It's that girl. It's that girl. She said, that's neck and neck on Netflix for me. Not Netflix, Tasty Blacks. That's all you watching, girl. I was cracking up. But between Tasty Blacks and the Twitter adult content, pay for OnlyFans for what? Drew pipes up, Portia, didn't you say that Shamea kissed Candy? Child, I screamed. Was Shamea just being messy, looking for a moment because, she ain't have a lot of talking time at this table? Or did they have a big word over Shamea's head like, ask her about that damn kid? Because they didn't already told us. And I remember seeing the behind the scenes of where they holding a screen over across from Cynthia like, ask the question. So they could have very well gave her a big word. And that's what Candace said they call it. It's a big word. Like, ask the question. It made, in the moment, it annoyed me because I'm like, they having a genuine woman and you trying to start a fight. But when I was like, that was Housewives 101. Because we're not going to Shamea like this. She fucking both. She doing both. Phaedra says a lot of things that I don't believe. But I believe that one. I'm not even gonna lie. I believe that one. So after that, Pinky brings up the car ride and how a lot of the beefs are because of miscommunication, which ushers in Angela to ask Shamea why she approached her daughter. She said, I didn't approach her, but I did say something to her. Well, do you think that's appropriate? No, but I do think you are a mean girl. See, this is why K. Michelle says Shamea needs to get dropped off in the hood. One good time. You just need one good time because you don't know that girl. You don't know Angela's daughter. If she had mushed you down to the floor because you talking smack about her mama, then what? Then what? So, yeah. Shamea be doing too much. Her lack of self-awareness, her lack of situational awareness annoys me. And that's where it gets with Shamea. It's like, you act like the things that you do are so innocent because you're not the first to go low. And it's like, girl, it don't matter who go the lowest. You go somewhere first, you might get slapped. You go somewhere third, fourth, fifth, you can't tell somebody how to retaliate. You can't. So they go back and forth about, oh, will you come for my marriage? Well, I only said that in rebuttal. Shamea, that don't make it right. Shamea keeps saying, well, I did this in rebuttal. One, that's not even factual. We saw you start with Angela. Whether it was something that came out of Charles' mouth or not, that don't make it no better. Don't bring up a marriage. Just don't. Well, I called Ashley and we talked for 2 minutes. Well, I didn't say that she said you F George. I said you F George, not her. Cynthia and Portia in the confessional, Cynthia and Phaedra in the confessional, yeah, they think that she lying. They think that she lying. She just lying to make a moment. They just get to insulting each other at this point. Child, bye. Portia's like, calm down before they kick us out this restaurant. They leave, going back to the house. We end the show with Portia, Phaedra, Drew, and Cynthia in their robes in the room having a little chat. Drew sees the news of Kelly's husband suing her for $200 million. Production sends Kelly in, okay, so they console her as she cries. She's like, this is horrible. I'm fighting in court. I'm fighting in my friend group. Portia like, you fighting me? Kelly like, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you either. And I cracked up because I'm like, bitch. Now I'm wondering how these scenes were shot, cause me in my fan fiction mind, Kelly went to go see apartments after Scotland. Cause she don't know how Shamea really gonna react for real in the long run about her making up with Portia. I could be very wrong, and that's fine. But the fact that she's making up for Portia and trying to move out around the same time, it gives. I can't wait to see how Shamea gonna really react in long term to that. Yeah. Shamea, Drew opens up about not knowing where she gonna be able to live. So she's like, girl, I'm in the same boat as you, having to move, and all that. I'm gonna have to figure out where I need to live too, girl. And pass the P. Portia puts on that pulpit wear, my baby. And she's like, yeah, like y'all would tease me about my prenup, but I have my home, and you bitches don't have your home. So you just need to let the Lord deliver y'all from a property, because home is where you and your children are. Even if I gotta leave the home that I got out the prenup that y'all keep teasing me about, I know you bitches can't do the same. Even if I do gotta leave, I know that home is wherever me and PJ reside. And I want that all for you. And Phaedra says a prayer, and Portia tells them to go masturbate and have a good night's sleep. I said, well, hey, release that stress, get it on out. Cry or masturbate, child. Have a good night's rest and wake up refreshed in the morning, child. But that was it for this review. I think we don't have yeah, because it's 4th of July weekend, so we don't even have a Housewives coming up. So I guess it's gonna be straight Love Island and Love Island and coming up soon. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, let me know if y'all on anybody's side. Are you team Shamea? Are you team Angela? Are you team all these chicks is crazy? Okay, let me know in the comments. Bye.